Hello, my friend. Welcome back to my kitchen. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're going to be whipping up a Southern staple, pimento cheese. And this Georgia girl has a dirty little secret. Come on, join me in the kitchen. Now, I kind of teased you with that a little bit and told you that I had a dirty little secret. My dirty little secret is I don't like mayonnaise. I don't. I don't like eggs. I don't like mayonnaise. So my pimento cheese has none of this. Wait till you see how we put this one together. For my version of pimento cheese, we are going to use a cup of sharp cheddar, a cup of extra sharp cheddar, a half a cup of Greek yogurt. I like the full fat variety. We're going to need one of these roasted red peppers, a block of cream cheese, and then we need a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper, onion powder, and ground mustard. I use ground mustard anytime I'm working with cheese. So a macaroni and cheese would also get ground mustard. Ground mustard is great for anything with cheese in it. Now you may have noticed that what I have here is a jar of roasted red peppers. That's all a pimento is a roasted red pepper. And you can get a 4-ounce jar of the roasted red peppers already diced, but we prefer to do the freshly diced roasted red pepper. Now, this is in oil, and so it does get a little messy. I don't want to cut it on my wood cutting board, so I have this plastic cutting board, and you can see I've cut pimentos on it before. It will stain. You can run your cutting boards through the dishwasher, and that will help a little bit, but just be prepared. If you're going to chop those roasted red peppers, it'll probably leave behind a little bit of a stain. Now on the back of the roasted red pepper jar, we can see that a serving size is a quarter of a pepper, and that's an ounce. We need 4 ounces, so that means we're going to chop one of these roasted red peppers. Now in my house, we really like pimentos. So I'm going to cut one more up, and then we'll just kind of see. Oh, that's a big one. I better put my knife down for that. I think what I just cut was probably a half a pepper. There we go. Oh, I love it when you have a little bit of char like that. Flavor. All right, let's dice this one up too. There we go. Now I'm going to grab my KitchenAid mixer and we'll put it all together. Y'all, how cute is my KitchenAid? I mean, look at her with her little googly eyes. Years ago, my daughter thought it would be funny to put googly eyes on every kitchen appliance that we have. And most of the googly eyes have since fallen off, but for whatever reason, my little KitchenAid, those eyes stayed on, and it just makes me laugh every time I see it. So we're going to leave it on there. Maybe it brought a smile to your face, friend. Okay, let's throw this together, shall we? Let's put our cream cheese in there first. And we'll start that. Just to kind of soften that up a little bit. Next, we're going to throw in our pimentos. That one hanging out there at the top was going to drive me crazy. So let me just take that off of there. There we go. And like I said, now this is double the amount of pimentos. My family loves pimentos. You can definitely start with 4 ounces first. Or, like I said, you can do the jar. Now let's throw in our cheese. Get in there. There we go. Our Greek yogurt, we need a 1/2 cup. I'm going to stop that while I put this in, just so I don't make a mess. I'm already making pretty much of a mess. But you know, that's a sign that your dish is going to be delicious when you have lots of dishes. There we go. Now, if you don't have a KitchenAid mixer, you can definitely do this by hand. And I'm just going to take the time to scrape this down. There we go. Now, let's add our seasonings. Like I said, ground mustard, always. Any kind of cheese dish, ground mustard. And these are all a 1/4 teaspoon. Onion powder. And last, if you wanted spicy, you can definitely add more cayenne. I'm a little bit of a spice wimp, so I'm not going to do any more than a 1/4 teaspoon. But if you like it spicy, double that. Alrighty, back on she goes. And then we're going to scrape this down one more time. I wish YouTube had smell-o-vision. It smells so good. Now, I prefer to grate the cheese, but if you're in a time crunch and what works for you is pre-shredded cheese, absolutely do that. What's important is that you're making this. Let's not get hung up on cheese details. Now, I'm just going to take this last little bit of cheese that we're going to fold in, and I'm going to fold it in.
You just fold it in.
Okay, I don't know how to fold broken cheese like that.
Like I said, either way, by hand, with the KitchenAid, whatever works best for you. I'm just going to mix this up just a little bit more until all of this cream cheese gets blended in. But how easy was that? So easy, and it's so delicious. Once you have all of your cream cheese combined, it's time to store and serve. I'm going to put it in this deli container. You can have it with wheat thins, or you can slice this delicious country loaf bread and have an open face sandwich. All we're going to do is just scoop this into our 16-ounce deli container. It will make a little bit more than the 16 ounces, but that's okay. Make it a sample. You deserve it after creating this very hard recipe. Once you have your container completely filled, you want to tap it just a little bit to remove any air bubbles to make sure your container is full. Whew, my friend, you have got to make this. Okay, I told you I was going to cut that big country loaf and put some of this yummy pimento cheese on top of there. So let's just, is your mouth watering? It should be. It's really good. I think. That's really good. Perfect amount of spice. Delicious, fluffy bread. And my sweet grandmother would always have pimento cheese in her refrigerator. And this is the way she would prefer to have it. She would just go in there with her little wheat thin, scoop up a little bit of pimento cheese, and that was her snack. So what do you think? Are you gonna have it as a dip? Are you gonna have it as a sandwich? An open face sandwich so you can see all of those delicious pimentos? Either way, I highly recommend it. Now, I'll put the recipe down in the description of this video, but also let me know in the comments, do you like spicy? Do you not like spicy? I told you, I'm a bit of a spice wimp, so a 1/4 teaspoon is plenty of cayenne for me. But if you like spicier, maybe you want to put a little bit more spice in it. It all depends on what you like and what your taste is. I hope you come back every week, and I know that we're going to be great friends. Bye, friend.